and branding. I like to keep it very simple so that you can grab the information and go implement it. All right, good, great, let's go. So let's talk about business process and systems. First thing you want to do is outline what is the function that's being operated in. Is it finance? Is it marketing? Is it accounting? Human capital? Where are you operating? What process do you need to execute here? A next thing you want to do, which is number 2, is you want to outline what's the intended expectation. What is the goal? What's the end goal? What's the outcome of this function? So if it's marketing that you're operating in, what's the end goal? What do you need to see happen when you implement this particular process? Okay. Next thing you want to look at is when you outline the function and you say, okay, here's the goal, who is the best person to do it? Now, this is a tricky question because most people will always, as an independent entrepreneur or you have a very tight team, it always ends up being you, the owner, you, the primary person. And if you've gotten my new book, Be Unleashed, you would have seen the company matrix and also the information about how to implement processes and systems. So if you haven't gotten the book, grab the book because it's going to help you a lot. So when we talk about that, going back to the company matrix, who's the best person to do it? And then you outline who that person is. And that's who you're going to get to do the implementation of this particular process. Alrighty? Alright, next thing is you want to outline the very straightforward, specific steps from beginning to end with time frames. So I'll give you a quick example. If you're going to be in the marketing, department, you might say, well, I'm going to do social marketing. What's the intended goal with social marketing? And no one should be putting to get sales. All right, we talked about that before. Watch some of the other 5 Simple Steps videos. But maybe it's to get recognition, awareness, maybe to engage the public. So let's go with engage. We're going to engage our audience, okay? So that's the intended goal, to increase engagement, which will increase recognition, right? So people want to see you. And then what are you going to do? What's the steps? Schedule out posts every other day, every 5th day. What are you going to do? So how are you going to distribute that information? Your distribution channel. How are you going to distribute that? Is it going to be through, a different software that's going to auto schedule it? Is it going to be something that you're going to put on your schedule to do every, morning at 9 a.m.? How is it going to be distributed? Are you going directly to the social site, or is it going to be distributed through a third party, which is a autoresponder? Okay, you choose what you're doing. You outline the steps from beginning to end, what it looks like, how it looks like, and the time frame. And then here's what you got to do: write it down. I know it sounds crazy, right? Write it down. Don't keep it all in here. I always talk about empty your brain. Write it down. Outline the process. It doesn't have to be this big, grandiose, fancy system. Just here's what we're operating in. Here's what the goal is. Here are the steps. Here's who needs to do it. Write it down, very simple, because here's what you want. I can take this piece of paper, this process, okay, the systems that we function in, and hand it to someone and say, here's how we execute. 5 simple steps to successful business and branding. So there you have it, about business process, how to implement a business process and how to make it work. I'm your chief visionary, Natasha Davis, with Impact Branding, your branding strategist who's making sure that your brand has a lasting impact. You can look me up on impactbrandingconsulting.com. See you soon.